That's stream shit. Hey folks, welcome to today's live stream. Today we're going to go over some signs of accumulation I found on Bitcoin. Give me 1 second to get my trading view idea fired up and we'll dive right into this. Hey folks, today we're going to talk about some signs of accumulation I've spotted on Bitcoin, and they are pretty significant, so just bear with me here as we dive down into the 1 hour chart and identify some things I very much like. So, I really do need to point out the importance of the concept of potential energy in the markets, right? The more potential energy something has, well, then the farther and harder you can push it, right? A rock at the top of a hill has a lot of potential energy. All it needs is a brief little push and it will roll to the bottom with great effectiveness. Now, guys, the cooler the colors on the 3D Wave PM, the more potential energy we have. Okay? If we have a lot of potential energy, it is going to be very easy to begin a trend. Now, again, it is important to realize that as defined by our long-term daily 50 distribution, or daily 200 distribution, we are still technically in a downward state of expansion. However, you'll notice that because of the compression of all the short-term periods throughout this time, look at all this potential energy forming. And as it radiates higher and higher and higher into the longer periods, really, my prediction is once this blue region radiates up into the highest periods of the 3D Wave PM, that is going to signal the start of the next bull run, because we will have enough potential energy to actually allow for the beginning of long-term sustainable trending, because it won't take all that much force to push Bitcoin positively, okay? Now back to the 1 hour chart. Let's talk about the signs of accumulation I have spotted. And believe it or not, guys, failed signals is my way of noticing this, okay? If you have a lot of potential energy and you're starting to get net expansion in a certain direction and it fails, that implies there is buying pressure on the other side of that expansion. So if you have significant selling pressure with net expansion to the downside, and it fails with greater net positive volume briefly after, it implies accumulation. It implies that someone is pushing price down intentionally in order to scoop up those orders. Okay? If we are getting net expansion to the upside, right? That's what this wave PM cross right here is, where the 14 rolls down and it starts rolling up, okay? Well, everything is below the 0.7 value. There's enough potential energy in there to start a significant trend. All right, whenever you get this kind of signal, it typically results in a huge move. To see that it has it, and we have actually got increased buying volume when you're getting net expansion to the downside, that implies that someone intentionally pushed the price down in order to scoop up orders. And it implies it's going to happen again and again. We're probably going to see fake expansion repeatedly because there's a lot of potential energy. Like imagine this. Someone starts pushing a rock down from the top of a mountain, and then somebody stops the rock and puts it back at the top. That's what's happening. All right? It's very clear. It's very obvious that someone is preventing this expansion from actually carrying out, right? It's not a natural thing just to have expansion stop and return back to a state of potential energy. It doesn't happen, all right? It's very rare. It implies that there's someone on the other end scooping up these orders, okay? And I can also go deep into I know a guy who's buying lots of Bitcoin right now, but I'm all about TA, my friends. I'm not going to do he said, she said. He said, she said, though I have heard that news from my contacts rather recently. So, with this kind of chart, my friends, okay, it still implies long-term accumulation on the macro level pivots, right? If we look at the weekly 200 moving average, we're still there. A crash pattern is defined by a period of reduced price volatility, small candles that just move sideways, okay? Low volume. Volume is consistently decreasing. And the compression of short-term distributions radiating into long-term distributions, restoring the market to a state of potential energy. Guys, this is it. All right? It's actually super important to note, too. If we actually see downward expansion, Well, guess what that potential energy is going to be used for? A downward move, right? Just because we have potential energy doesn't immediately mean we have an upward weighted bullish scenario, right? Daily trend is still bearish. We're still getting downward expansion as defined by the 200 band. Okay? It's still possible that this nice little blue area here is going to see a new bout of expansion. However, it is going to see a bout of expansion with significant volatility overhead, and that's what's interesting, right? We are only really going to be able to expand as defined up to the 80 period. Okay? So our longest overexpanded potential period is likely to be 80. All right. Now that means any kind of downward move or upward move is going to be stunted because of how large the previous periods have been overexpanded. Okay? All right. That's really all I have to say about Bitcoin today. It has been fun. I'll talk to you folks later. Boo. Nice. Let's check it out. It was pretty fun. Is the stream live? Stream should be live. Where am I? Am I not live? Why do I do this to myself? No. It must be private. Okay. It's public. What the hell? You kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's not right. God damn it. Okay. Well, I'm just going to cut this short for now. Figure out what's going on. Bye, guys. Let's give this a try. Goodness gracious, I am quite annoyed with OBS. It keeps on taking me live and then not showing me as live, but we're actually just going to wait in the live dashboard, see if this bad boy sets, because I just had to reset my settings again. And that annoys me. So let's just give it a second. I'm going to refresh my YouTube channel on my phone a few times. So I desperately hope it comes live. Come on. I have no idea when this happens. God damn it. Testing. Come on, bad boy. Let's see if this works. How annoying. Oh, there I am. Huh, hi, hello. We've done it. Yeah, I fixed everything. I had to switch to the backup server, folks. Apparently YouTube's doing something crummy. Actually live. Woo! We did it, folks. Hello. Hi. Okay. Let's see if you guys can actually see me. Let me load up my phone. It's a little bit annoyed that you guys just keeps happening. Perfect. Awesome. Beautiful. Yeah, well, I switched servers, and, well, I'm here now, so. Cool. Well, I already recorded my trading view idea for the day. It's 5 minutes. Okay, I guess I have to do this again. Maybe I can go to my YouTube channel, see if it's uploaded. No? You think it's there? It's not. I have to re-record this. Ah, okay. Well, let's get to it. Hello. Signs of accumulation. Let's actually talk about this. Okay. Again, we're still getting downward expansion as defined by our longest overexpanded period on the daily. 250 band, downward expansion, downward trend. Not a good sign, right? Downward trend isn't cool. If we weren't directly on top of the weekly 200, I'd call this a bear flag, right? Bear flags aren't cool. So, whichever way this breaks, as soon as we get some new net expansion, upward or downward, well, we're going to define what we're going to do. More continuous downward expansion to define the current downward trend, or upward expansion to define mean reversion to the 250, right? Which can either happen through a lateral move or through a trending move. Either is possible. And let me grab a drink, 1 second. Okay. So, sign of accumulation. Let's pop down the 1 hour chart real quick. Beautiful. So, what happens when you have a lot of potential energy, like here, where everything is below the 0.7 value? Try that again. Right here, where everything's below the 0.7 value, you get a wave PM cross, and nothing happens. This is really significant. It doesn't seem like much, right? It just seems like a lateral move. But here's what I'm thinking, folks. Here's what I'm thinking. So let's say you've placed a rock at the top of a mountain, and you give the rock a push, and it starts rolling down the hill. Okay? What would you think if all of a sudden the rock stopped and returns back up to the top of the hill? Well, you would think that someone is responsible. You think that someone did it. You wouldn't think that happened naturally. You would believe that there would have to be enough force to stop the rock from falling down the hill and place it back up at the top of the hill, right? So, that's exactly what happened. Okay? We were getting new net downward expansion like so. Right? This right here implies the beginning of new downward trending. But it failed. We have a nice big green candle, a huge green volume candle, right? We're getting downward expansion, and then the resulting positive volume is greater than that of the initial downward move. So this implies somebody pushed price down, caused the expansion, and then immediately scooped up the orders in reverse direction. Right? You know what we call that? Accumulation. It implies accumulation. It looks like there is selling pressure reversed by buying pressure. And where a better place to accumulate than directly on top of an institutional benchmark? That's what makes this chart so interesting. All right. If you're a price action trader, you're not seeing anything here. You're just getting a lateral move. Ooh, bear flag. Look at that. Look at that bear flag. Woo. Okay. Sure, you can look at market structure. It's not going to tell you anything. Not anything important. All right. If you're getting net downward expansion and it fails because there's positive volume stopping it, it implies accumulation, guys. Okay. At the risk of sounding up like a broken record, is really quite amazing. This is also a wonderfully compressed range. I really need to point that out. Also, fun fact, do you guys remember at this location where I said we would be going back to the 200 weekly mean? And then it went up, and there were quite a vocal group of people who did not like that call. Well, I'm happy to tell you. Whee! Going back down to the weekly 200 moving average, aren't we? Goodness gracious. How could we have gotten here? Perhaps it is because we had high price volatility at the pivot and waited for a CCI roll to return us back down to the center of data. How pleasant. So, again, now we're just getting more sideways compression. There's very low volatility overhead, a lot of potential energy. It's getting stopped for no apparent reason. Just kidding, there is an apparent reason. But, as defined by the daily trends, still a downward trend, still getting compression, still a bear flag. But there's buying pressure, and that's interesting. Okay, folks, that's what I have to say about Bitcoin. Let's go into the comments. Take a look at MDA. I should tell people I'm actually live. Hold on. Actually live. Beautiful. MDA. Yeah, let's check that out. Granola's good. Hey, nice. I mean, everything's just really compressed right now. There's no really defined trends here. But there's a positive side of that. It will be easy for trend to actually start. I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't like this chart. A little chop. No defined trend. No defined mean reversions. Low volatility overhead. Really, this is just kind of in a position of potential trend without actual trend. If I start seeing some net expansion, I'm going to set an alert here, actually. Actually, I've already set an alert. Would you look at that? Yeah, we've predicted this. As soon as we get net expansion to the upside, we're going to predict an actual trend. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so my alarm's already set. I'm just not seeing what I want to yet. Check out XRP. Yeah, it's still really defined trend in the shorter time frames. There's really no benchmarks right now in the macro to actually provide us with the support. It's a pretty quiet chart. And now we're just getting this. See, this is not fun. You know, where you get these longer, overexpanded periods, and then just complete lateral trading afterwards. Right? It doesn't really define any retracement values for you. And then you have this weird fact where you have downward expansion followed directly by upward expansion. Right? And then your volatility overhead just merges because you have conflicting directions of expansion. And now you have compression from the downside and compression from the upside. And you just get this really unfortunate flat range that doesn't really define anything. So I'd stay away from XRP right now. It's not really my style of trading. IOTA. Yep. I'm going to do IOTA and get another chart up. Or rather, drop me another pair for me to do. Otherwise, I'm done with the stream. IOTA, and then one more. Or like 2 more or 3 more. Just depends on when you guys actually comment. Ooh, this could be interesting. It could also not be interesting. Never mind. Actually, no, hold on. Hold on. We change this to a 60 band. What's going to happen? Okay, never mind. We're going to have to go to a lower time frame. Define trend. You know, this volatility overhead isn't even relevant anymore because the new downward expansion. I guess we have a definition of trend by the 50 period? 60, perfect. Except we just reverted to the 60 mean. Wow. So, bear flag, I'd say. Right, downward trend defined by the 60 mean. We return in the band, revert to the 60 moving average. Repeatedly test the bottom edge of the band. Why? Well, because it'll trade laterally as defined by the longest overexpanding compressing period. Woo! Then, well, as soon as it's sufficiently compressed, trend can resume. And, you know, there's no decided direction on that yet. I guess we could, like, drop 2 alerts here so we know what's going to happen. Okay. Nice. Okay. USD-CHF. I like that pair. Oh, it's a triple top, guys. We got a triple top coming in. Triple tops are the way of the future. The epitome of technical analysis. Okay. You know, very low volatility overhead on the daily. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a significant trend within the next year. So if there's anything on the weekly I need to pay attention to. Choppy range trading. I guess we'll get defined trends with some consistency from the looks of it. I see what you've given me here, Pen. That would actually probably work. I like it. Good find. You see what I see? This range is going to break. This resistance everyone's looking at right here, it's about to break. Price action's about to plunge to the top of this motherfucker. Why? That's why. Low volatility overhead, new net expansion. Right, 100 period sufficiently compressed. Positively weighted CCI, every period's up to the upside. You're getting this new cross. That's bullish. This is a bullish chart. You know, just from looking at it, you know, it looks choppy, it looks bad, it looks like you're on resistance, but from the signals that you just sit and look at, it's a bullish chart. I can't say anything about the quality of the entry, right? I mean, AFPM entries are pretty typically high volatility stuff. I mean, not a lot of people are going to be wanting to taking longs into this, but the chart is bullish. I'm expecting an upward move here. I just probably can't tell you how high yet until trend defines itself. Okay. It's interesting. I like it, but I'm not going to trade it. Although I guarantee you this was going to go up, and I am going to say I told you so, but I'm going to make absolutely no money off of it. Okay? That's my plan. ADA. God, this granola is addicting. I'm having some problems, guys. Your boy's got a granola problem. I mean, your dad, not boy. ADA, BTC. Ooh, high price volatility at key pivots. Well, the slope of probability volatility does not support the direction of trending. Holy shit. We can get some pretty good short entries here pretty soon. Oh, ho, ho. Pen. Pen, my boy. This is the future. Right here. Man, oh man. Wave PM doesn't look very good. Actually, yeah, we're getting that new downward expansion, and then... Okay, get this. Since we have this new downward expansion right here, it implies the beginning of trending, and now we're at the key pivots that define trend, and now we're getting high price volatility at the key pivots. We're probably getting a quick pop upside. Look for a short entry, folks. This is a very bearish chart. Okay? New downward expansion is possible here. Be careful. Slope probability volatility is not committed to the direction of trend. So, we're going to look for that downward slope. We're going to look for that CCIRL down. We're going to try to catch some short entries here, okay? The conditions are good. The entry is not. Right? So, I'm just going to point out where we are a few times. Whenever we begin the new downward expansion, a lot of wicks right there. Boom. Let's do this a few more times. Ready? Like, identifying the beginning of these downtrends is so nice. Like, we are implied to be right here. There's going to be some... Okay, I need to set an alert for this because this is too good to pass up. No, I'm thinking Pen for ADA. He pointed it out. It was Pen's fault. Right, Pen? I'm going to set an alert. I'm going to try a hotkey. No, I'm not. I'll probably, like, show my browser history or something if I do that. I'm just going to click on it. There we go. So we want Dad's Ultimate Quad CCI. Plot. Yeah, we want plot crossing down. Negative 100. Perfect, I love it. Okay, that signal is going to give me a short entry into ADA. When that hits, I'm calling it. Good chart. Wow. And great granola. Fun BTC. Fed pitchfork, that's funny. I don't know, man. Or do I? Okay, I'll set an alert. Looks okay. We start getting a trend on this bad boy, I'll call it. Kind of looks like Litecoin, except Litecoin's a little bit further developed. Woo! Whoop, there it is. Yeah, Curva pointed out this chart a few days ago. They pointed out that net expansion on the 1 hour chart. Man, oh man. He did a good job. Right there. Yeah, Curva called this bad boy. I want to find it. It's probably buried in here, but we'll find it. Oh, he deleted it. Sorry, my previous Litecoin chart was wrong, so I deleted. No, Curve is right. Net expansion on the wave PM, my boy. Yeah, man. It was a good chart. You should have believed in yourself, Curve. Come on. You had the keys to the kingdom. Now Litecoin's running off without us. True shame. 8%. Actually, what day was this? Last Saturday? Okay, whatever. 16 viewers. Keeps on getting higher. I can't stream. Or I can't quit the stream if you keep on watching. Is there any altcoins I won't trade? Good question. Big Connect. Next question. V8 is better than granola, low sodium. I need my calories, man. Okay, get your more altcoins in there, guys. I need the chart. I gotta do the charts. It's my calling. T-Rex. Okay. Oh, liquidations. Hooray. Didn't somebody get like liquidate 100 million positions on this today? That 13% wick to the upside. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Never mind. Quad CCI looks choppy right now. Might be flagging it out, going in a distribution, but like I'm talking Wyckoff distribution. That's what I mean when I say distribution. But yeah, and trend is still defined on the daily. I don't want to touch this yet. I'm sorry. Yeah, technically this is a good short entry, but betting against trend while you're still getting upward expansion is a bad idea. Macro to micro. Daily. Do the shit I love up on the daily. Double top. Oh, double top. You're gonna get a double top right there. That's all you need for a short entry, guys, is a double top. Okay, now our trend is currently defined. However, the overexpansion is really thin because of the lack of severity of trend. I guess from a quad CCI standpoint, yeah, this could work. You got a good profit ratio here. Actually, for this kind of chart, you want to trade expansion because of how consistent the compression is throughout these periods. First time this period's compressing down pretty nicely. That is technically a bullish signal. Then again, so is this. But now everything is actually sloping to the upside. This might be a bullish break here. Yeah. If you want to wait for a breakout, retest, that could be a great long for you. This might be the resumption of trend. However, yeah, that's pretty good potential long. However, your actual signal was an hour and a half ago, so it's a bit late on that trade. Okay, folks, last chart for today. Oh, look at these nice over expansions. This is what I want to trade right here. 120 period. Let's take a look. Ooh, implied mean reversion. This is it. This is it. Want to get that 20 period CCI or what 12 period CCI roll? Almost there, my friends. Okay, 14 period CCI. We get that roll up. As soon as it rolls down, short. Okay, we got implied mean reversion. We're almost to our signal. That's it, my friends. Okay, nice stream. It's been fun. I'll talk to you all later. Dead Shark out.